Okay, so back in the video, I've just been looking at the entry for the LR105, which is the sustainer boost, the sustainer motor on the core tank here. I've already fitted these 4 verniers, so these are in 4 weight plus, as opposed to X, which could just cause more confusion. So it just says gimbal here, it says vectoring range 10 degrees. But as we saw, there is no gimbal. You can't gimbal these motors do not move. These, I believe, are the ones that are causing the problem, because these will actually gimbal. So these gimbal, they seem to be working okay, and they will definitely gimbal. The thrust does definitely gimbal, and the thrust does definitely gimbal on these. But I'm thinking 10 degrees should be enough. But I'm pretty sure I saw. Where's LR79? There's the other. That's the boosters. LR89, so that's LR79. Ah, LR89. Let's take a look. Yep, there we go. I like the LR89. It uses RS27 components to increase performance. That's final configuration of the LR105. That's later on. Something tells me this information, the gimbal here, is actually incorrect for this first version. But I'm pretty sure I saw it gimbaling during launch. So why wasn't it gimbaling when I was using the controls manually? When it was up in, well, it's still up there actually. That'll be for a few more hours. It'll take a while to come back down. Let's just take a look at these. A bit further up so I can see it. There's the LR87 booster. That's the Titan. So that's the first stage of the actual Titan. 1460. So it might be an idea just to switch to the Titan, because the Atlas motor seems to be rather problematic. Right, so that's 5.1 for them. It doesn't make a difference to me, as long as it can modify the pitch. Yeah. Right, so 2 LR89s, which is what we've got, plus the LR105, plus 2 LR101s. It doesn't actually tell you. It says used for attitude control and final velocity adjustment in the MA-X system, which is the 2 LR89s plus the LR105, which is that, and 2 LR101s, 2 of these, not 4. So I was wondering, does this... It should show gimbal range, but it doesn't actually show it properly, does it? It shows X and Y. X should be yaw, X should be pitch, and Y should be yaw. Show actuation toggles. It doesn't actually tell you. It doesn't actually show whether it's X or Y. Some of them do. So what I'm thinking is that for some reason there is no pitch control on this. It's yaw. But there can't be, because we saw it pitching before. This is what's so frustrating. It's probably what's frustrating the heck of a lot of people. It's the fact that there's... We have some definite stability problems with this launcher, but only when remote tech is in charge. Right, I'm going to swap the root part I'm going to swap it to the avionics, because this thing can't control anything. I'm going to switch that to the root part. So root part switching, I'll switch it to the avionics package. Now we've got full gimbal control. We have got, what is the gimbal control on that? What is the actual range? Okay, so I'm correct. So yeah, plus 10 degrees minus on X. So X is pitch. Y is yaw. But when they are, that's only when they're attached here, as in top to bottom, cross through the top from the bottom. When attached laterally on the side of the launcher, as in these two, that yaw becomes pitch. So X is pitch standard wise. So you should have fit. So they're fitted correct. So these two were fitted correctly. But I'm going to use that just to increase. I mean, it seems to be controlled okay. I mean, remote tech seems to be okay when it comes to the vacuum controls. Once you're above the atmosphere, at least the thickest part, it's 4K then. For some reason, it's getting rather sort of confused with itself when it comes to actually inside the atmosphere. But again, that could be a limit. That could be just a limit that we haven't seen before with remote tech and with the avionics packages. That could be a limit that we haven't seen yet, because we've been using Semioka, and only, I mean, the Juno booster isn't that big. So it could be a point to actually increase the size of the avionics package slightly. But it's knowing what to do. It's knowing what's best. I'm pretty sure we don't have any thrust. No, we don't have any thrust that's outside. No, because it's perfectly stable until it reaches higher altitude. So it would appear the only safe way of using remote tech is to wait until you're outside of the atmosphere, at least for the time being, or use use at least 3 laterally attached boosters. That's also another. That's also a. Whoa! What the devil? So what's going on now? Oh, well, it's because I've got the clamps attached, is it? Yeah, there we go. It's because I've got the clamp. I'm going to get rid of that anyway. So LR91 turbo pump exhaust vernier. That's only 35 on X. So that's 35 on pitch, but no Y. It could be a problem with the configuration of these. But then I wasn't using verniers. It's still unstable. So that's another moot point. But as I said, I mean, these motors, there's 4 motors there. That's they're the boosters, and LR108, RD108, sorry. There's 4 boosters there. Oh dear. So, like I said, I mean, you've got instability straight away because you've only got, well, here you've only got 1 booster. Here you've got the 2. When these are dropped, you've got the same problem again, but you've also got, pitch-wise, you've got instability because there's nothing here. But that's the silly thing about this. But I'm gonna control this manually this time. We don't have enough time. Got 19 days, 1 hour to wait again. And I'm not too sort of keen on messing with this for much longer. to be fair. 19 hours. 19 days. So that's one extra vernier. Well, one extra pair of verniers has caused that increase in time. Not very good. Let's use those. They're no different. It's still a sustainer stage, still a sustainer motor. But I think I'm going to let's increase NA5s 200 extra, 831.4 kilonewtons as opposed to 758.7. So it gives us about, oh, crikey, a fair bit of extra kilonewtons in thrust. Do we really need that? 2 minutes and 30 seconds from 2 minutes 15. Don't think I really need that. That's RS 56. That's nice, but I don't really need it. There's no point upgrading them if they're just going to blow up in mid-air. 366.1 compared to 352.2. ISP is 2. So it's 3. Yes, it's slightly higher. We take a look at this before, I believe. So let's remove. Crikey. I wish you wouldn't do this. Oh my god, what? Try and get hold of the damn thing, it just moves about. So what's the concentration on this now? Exactly the same. Yeah, 38.2, 61.8. Thrust vectoring is 10 degrees, which I don't believe it. Got an extra 20 seconds on burn time. Ah, there we go, 61.79. So I was right. Let's go with that. But I think that's good for the verniers. I think that particular concentration of fuel on the bottom selection was for this. Let's take a quick look. Yeah, 30.21. So it makes no difference. Just these verniers. Well, that's a bit strange. I mean, the verniers are being fed from the same tank. They would have been anywhere. Believe anyway. So, right, so I'll save that. And we'll build it. Okay, so let's go out, build it, run it out, and the usual go to the launch pad once it's finished. Okay, as I said before, just now, I've seen this behaviour before from Motec. It's to do with control authority. It's fine once you're outside the atmosphere, it seems to be okay. But for some reason, certain configurations of motors, especially those with limited gimbal, 10 degrees sounds like a lot, but it's actually 5 degrees from the centre. So if that's set on yaw, that means we've got no pitch. Even if it's set on pitch, once you get up to a certain level of velocity, airspeed, you've got more air. Well, you've got more sort of forces pushing against the basically the direction the launcher wants to go. So you need more and more gimbal, or some other way of controlling it. You also need to have avionics packages which have control authority. So if the more powerful the engine, the more control authority you actually need. So the two don't always work in unison. So I can't launch because it's night time. It's only just night time as well. Because we're in winter, it's about 7 o'clock at night. In Florida. It's nearly midnight GMT. So zoom right forward. Zoom forward. Oh, what was that? What was that? Just shot through the something like that. Oh, launch hasn't come back yet. I think it's staying up there. Could very well be. Right, well, got 16 more days before survivability tech is actually unlocked. Okay, let's go to the launch pad. Okay, so once more back at the problematic launch on the launch pad. Okay, so I'm going to just leave it controlled by the SAS. I'm just going to point it at prograde. Let's let that prograde peel over. Then switch obviously part way through to orbit, which point it'll pitch over quite violently if I try doing that, so I'll do it manually. But remote tech, I'll have to take over when I'm sure it's capable of doing it. Now when I let it do the roll program, but that's it, then I'm going to take over myself. Something tells me it's something to do with limited stability, it's limited control authority. I mean, the only reason why we haven't seen it before is because I haven't been launching with the same weight on the nose. It's quite a lot of weight on the nose. So it could be down to that, but this is now the root part of the model. So if I click on control from here, I don't need to control from the avion, the actual payload, not yet. So that's fine for now. So SS is on, full throttle, just sort the map out. Where's the booster gone? Well, that's weird. So where's the booster gone? So that's actually, yeah, it's actually disappeared. I don't remember seeing any alerts for that. Oh, it could have broken that, yeah. Oh, it couldn't have done. Because it's suborbital. And Orbital Decay only tells you about things that are in orbit, that decay out of orbit. There we go. That was the explanation. Okay, so there's no umbilical tower this time. I'm just going to unlock the clamps once we've got ignition. So let's talking mode in 3, 2, 1. It's another failure. I just thought... Oh, God, grief. Slightly off per grade there as well, slightly. So we've got a definite problem with remote tech. Yeah, LR101 says no ignitions either, so they're not fuel dumps. They're not like the Semiokas, the RD108s, verniers. They're not the same. Ah, dear me. At least we can check the solar panels this time. So control from here if I can, if I may. Don't need that anymore. Control from here. There we go. Minus. There's no electric charge being used there. Are we in direct sunlight or something? Oh, not far off. Yeah, 1.3 watts. 2591 versus 2851. Plus, if this was turning, would it? I don't know. Definitely is not actually charging it enough though. Sun exposure is 0.5, what does mean 50% exposed? No, it's gone down from 9.1 to 9.0. So a lot of antennas for little solar panels to actually charge up though. .01. So I'll deactivate some of these. No need for all these huge. There's no need for all these antennas anyway, but it's more for aesthetics rather than actual function, also for redundancy. Because early on in the tech tree, you don't know when Dangit could sort of strike. Let's put it back. So they will be on indirect sunlight. If I can close these quickly, I can maybe check it. Yeah, there we go. So it's minus. So it's not quite able to charge the battery even from the probe cores drain. But we've only got one. If it was rotating, which is what I'd probably do, we do need some. 92%, that's 3.2 watts. So what is this actually using? Energy 0 second. So why is this only just keeping up with it? Why are all these solar panels only just managing to keep up with this? That doesn't make sense. So a lot of things like that making sense, to be perfectly honest. There are a lot of things that are making sense. Nice view though. Oh. Problems are there to be solved. Or circumvented. Right, let's head back. And this time I'm going to pitch over a lot earlier. But I'm going to have to keep it manual. At least for this sort of level of tech that we're at right now. I don't trust the avionics packages to be able to do the job. But it could just be a problem with remote tech and certain engine setup. It could be that engine setup again. It could be that. So I'm going to try. I'm going to try again. I'm going to build again. I'm going to keep trying until we actually succeed. So that's the only way to actually get better at anything is to keep trying. Okay, let's go back to the Space Center and go straight into VAB. Okay, so the continuing complex messing about of my Atlas launcher. I don't think these are helping all that much, but wait a minute. They weren't on the surface either. They was not on the surface. They should have been on the surface though. I'm gonna get rid of those anyway. They're not. I don't think they're helping, to be honest. And we also have we still have the gap on these lateral boosters as well. See, the thing is, I mean, these laterally attached LR101s, these verniers, they're very close to the. Oh yeah, that's right. Have a good pause on there again. There we go. Yeah, they're very close to those lateral boosters. What do we lose if we use 11,354 meters per second? How did that happen? Because I've not modified anything. We had what, 11,134 meters per second. Now we have 11,000. Oh, of course we changed the engine, you pillock. Change the motor. So what is the gimbal of these motors? Let me move or what? Thank you. LR79. What is the vector range? 8 degrees. It doesn't tell you across which vector, whether it's X or Y, whether it's pitch or yaw. Actually, I'm convinced it's these booster motors which are attached incorrectly, but there's no information to actually tell you which way they should be attached. Which side should that pipe be on? I'm thinking it should be on the outside, because they are basically just hot. It's hot gas. It's a gas generator engine, isn't it? I mean, that's what. Damn it, that's what the motor says anyway. Gas generator, Kerbal engine. So that hot gas gets placed up the side. But other than that, I have absolutely no idea why remote tech won't command this launcher. But I'm going to take that off just for a second. if it'll actually let me. I'm going to reattach these. I'll get rid of the clamps. Thank you. You know, 3 years later. Did actually decouple correctly, so that's one thing. You know, I didn't blow the damn thing up. I do put 2 on. I do put 3 on. Might get rid of the problem. Do I put 4 on? No, because I go way overweight. I go massively overweight then. Like a fat bloke in a chocolate factory, you know, Augustus Globe. Go way overweight. Good, because she was being offensive. And it's not meant to be. I'll just put it there. It's about the same, isn't it? Yeah. I could narrow these down a little bit though. Just a tad, because oh Christ. Don't keep, yeah, they are touching. That's what I was afraid of. They are touching the verniers. How on earth are you supposed to configure? I mean, really? I'm starting to regret actually even choosing these engines on. I mean, well, the engines aren't bad, it's just the configuration you have to put them into. No, it's not vernier, it's not any lip. No, I'm not putting that on. Come down to the. Let's put it down. Crikey, let's put it down 13 seconds. If we go up. Can it give me it or not? Oh, thank you. Give me again. 1 minute 45. I'm not really keen on doing this. Not keen on. No, I'm not keen on that at all. I'm not keen on the entire launcher, to be perfectly honest. I was, but I'm not now. All this messing around. 1.7. Seems to be too much. Seems to be more trouble than it's actually worth developing another launcher just for the sake of it. Empty the fuel out. Fill it back up again. It should be the same configuration as the lateral booster. 61.8. 61.8. There's 11,246 meters per second because we're down about 10 seconds. I can make the core booster a little bit faster, a little bit longer. I could do that, but will that increase lateral stress while it's being launched? That could knock it completely off. So we don't have a great deal. We've only got one. I mean, once these boosters have gone, we've only got one source of control. Actually, we don't. We've got these verniers as well. Definitely got stability problems at the top end. It's definitely causing something at the top end of this motor. This above this motor here. Something up here is causing this problem. Tank procedural. I'm not structural. I'm going to switch this to fuselage. It's the same, isn't it? 11246. 11246. So structural and fuselage. It's the same basically. $9,312. I've got balloon tanks, like I said before. I've got balloon configuration now, which has been unlocked. So I'm wondering if that would be structural. I'll put it back to default. That's not giving me any extra. 11,322. This has given me 10 meters per second. Oh, big deal. Whoop-de-doo. What's it all that? It's terrible. I suppose the other ones also. Yeah, so that copied it over. Oh dear, mate. Right. Empty this out. Refill it. Would really help if you didn't keep pausing like that, but when you're in the right click menus it tends to do that a lot for some reason. I don't know why. It'll take 19 hours 10 days. No, it's not. It's going to take 19 hours 10 days. Oh yeah, 19 days 10 hours 7 minutes and 23 seconds. What a pain in the backside this is. And also something else doesn't tell you the configuration. Do these go on the boosters as well? 2 LR18Rs plus LR105 plus 2 LR101. Or on Atlas or on and MB-X system LR79 or RS27 plus 2 LR101s. Yeah, I just, you know, that is just a bit, so I don't really like using verniers anyway. There's another version of the LR1. Right. Do you mind? Thank you. No, LR105. When is another version of LR105? Probably not. 91. So they actually go on the thought-able Delta launch vehicles, which I believe is a LR87, right. Oh Christ. Stop pausing. Good grief. X405. That has actually got verniers included with it, as you can see on the side. If you actually see that. Well, that's got nowhere near the lift capacity. It seems that very similar to, in fact, I think it's exactly the same part, which is here, which you attach to this version, which is the bare bones version. But that's not going to help me with this. Don't want the Aeginas, don't need those. 108. That's got no vernier motors attached to it. That has. So you have to attach the verniers. I don't know where they are. Who cares? I don't. Not really bothered. LR79, MB3. Thorium early Delta launch vehicles. LR79, that's LR105. 758.7 kilonewtons though. What's the run time of it, I wonder? There's no run time limit, so basically it can lift its own weight. So basically it can lift the weight. In other words, its burn time becomes irrelevant, just like the sounding rocket motors here. Its burn time will exceed its own mass that it can actually lift. So its burn time becomes irrelevant. What is the limit on X10 plus, right? Oh, okay. Plus on X, that's pitch. We saw that on the yaw. So that's exactly the same motor as that, except that looks like a slightly more modern version. compared to that. Don't know where that would get its fuel from, that. Right, so there's one set of thought verniers. LR101. Don't know on earth that was supposed to fit on. Oh, there we go. How on earth does that actually work? The nozzle seems like it comes out the side. Oh, do you fit it underneath? Well, that's a Thor anyway. That's not the Atlas vernier. And yet it's called the LR101. Well, that's weird, that, isn't it? And yet it says here it's for Thor, Able, Thor, Agena. So that's the Thor is the first stage. Able, Agena and Delta are the upper stages. Well, that's weird. That's still the LR101. That's the LR101 series. And yet, quite clearly, that is the Atlas motor that it speaks of for Atlas. To orbit under the power of the sustainer engine and the verniers for roll control, and there we are. Yeah, so the sustainers are for roll control, not pitch. I think that's what's confusing remote tech. The fact that we don't have roll, we don't have yaw and pitch. But the thing is, this could actually be launched on its side, so its yaw becomes pitch. But we tried that already and it still confused the heck out of remote tech. Could be it though. Unequal pitch control from a motor could confuse remote tech. So that could be it. But let's get this damn thing to orbit, so I'm fed up with this. I'm probably going to completely redo. I'm going to start using something very similar to the Semyorka. But I'm determined to get this damn thing to orbit first. 11,322 meters per second, 3 minutes and 10.4 seconds above the 1 minute 49.5. And that is 1 minute 49 points. That is actually, these are actually short of their, anywhere near their runtime. So I'm going to put these up a little bit. I'm going to make them slightly taller than the core stage. You know, it'll look like they're still shorter because they don't have the little bit on the top. Come on, hurry up. Let's get on with this. It's getting a bit silly now. Oh, there we go. 1 minute. What? What the devil are you doing? What if I change it to balloon? Got it the wrong way about it, because it's balloons towards the 40 points. It's the same configuration as that. 11,482 meters per second. This is he's going to pause on me again. There we go. There we go. Move that. Put it to balloon. So that fuel should be under constant pressure, so it shouldn't be moving around. 11,469. We've gained over 100 meters a second. Doesn't sound like much, but it could be important. Also a balloon. The only problem is with changing configurations like that. Engineering Redux doesn't actually tell you whether it actually work or not. It'll just carry on giving you the data you want to see. rather than what you actually should be seeing, which is the real figures. Because if that's wrong, those engines won't fire. But according to it's fine. 108.777 tons. Gonna take 20 days. Oh, why is it gonna take? Oh, it's gonna take 20 days because I reconfigured the. And 5,013 in funds. What the devil's happened here? That's another problem when you resize procedural parts. Like I said, sometimes you can have problems with things disappearing into. Yeah, I think they've disappeared into the bottom of those as well. They certainly have. Can you let me have them back? Oh, thanks. So allow me just to sort this out. It's all problems that you may, actually probably will encounter them if you try playing with Realism Overhaul. You may even encounter the same problems with stock as well. Although Arrow does seem to sort of exacerbate certain problems. Right, I think that's it. We've got 11,469 meters per second. No, we haven't. We've got 12,000. How the devil have I managed to get that? How the devil have I got 12,469 meters per second? What's that all about? I don't need that. Good grief. My God, I don't need all that. That's on the same weight as well. $108.777 tons. That's just silly. That is silly. Wow. 1.81. That's a combined, and that's a stage once this burns up and gets dropped. .12. That's combined again. 12,469. But saying that, we have got a better engine on the first stage, on the core stage, the sustainer. We had the better engine before. Didn't give me that. You're only getting 5 minutes and 22 seconds from it. Obviously, balloon tanks must be better. As far as I know, they should be heavy. It should be heavier, but never mind. Okay, right. Let's stop messing around. Let's build this. Okay, so if this doesn't work, 12,469. I mean, come on. But then again, if these motors can't use the balloon tanks, it just depends if they can actually use balloon tanks or not. So let's head out and we'll roll it out, we'll build it, roll it out and head to the launch pad.